How do you know about the golden ratio? Golden ratio, which is one of the most irrational numbers that go on forever. It appears in nature, in some pieces of art from Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci. Some civilizations or even used it in architecture throughout history. Golden ratio is also denoted as pi. Golden ratio has over the centuries even been considered as the perfect illustration of beauty.
For the uninitiated, golden ratio, also called the golden mean, the golden section, or the divine proportion, is one of the most famous irrational number. This mathematical concept is said to appear in nature and in various iconic pieces of artworks and architecture. It has allegedly inspired artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci.
The Mayans, ancient Greeks, and Egyptians
are all said to have incorporated this divine number into works of art and architecture such as Parthenon in Greece, although it is not really known if these were intentionally designed that way.
Golden ratio found by dividing a line into two parts, so that the long part divided by the short part is equal to the whole length divided by the long part.
The number that results is also related to the Fibonacci sequence. As a quick refresher, each number in the Fibonacci sequence after the first ones is derived by adding the two numbers before it. The ratio of each number to the previous number in the Fibonacci sequence is equal to pi, which is usually approximated as 1.68 and so on. Things get really for true when you demonstrate this geometrically. That is because if you are to draw squares with the dimensions of numbers in the sequence, you would create the famous golden ratio rectangle. The idea that the golden ratio is universally found everywhere is an exaggeration. The shape of the pine cone, Romanesco broccoli, shell of the Nautilus are often given as typical examples of the golden ratio. You can also find Fibonacci sequence in nature. The petals and leaves of plants are sometimes found within this pattern.
Artists and designers may use the golden ratio in creating everything from products to brand logos.
Here are some of the examples of brand logos golden ratio. Arts and architecture of a perfect golden ratio.
For artists, there may be another factor because the golden ratio is pleasing to the eye. Artists may also have an unconscious bias towards including it in their work.